Yes, this new iPad Pro looks just like the one from last year, but after testing it for a couple of weeks, we are surprised by how much has actually changed internally. Thanks to the new features, this iPad Pro basically makes all Android and Windows tablets irrelevant. Well, at least for the most part. Let's get into it. The iPad with the M5 processor is by far the most powerful tablet you can buy anywhere. Base RAM is now 12GB up from 8. Storage starts at 256GB and goes all the way up to 2TB. Models with 1TB storage and more get a RAM bump up to 16GB and a 10-core CPU as well, up from 9. The M5 processor is the same one you can find in the new MacBook Pro, so you can expect laptop-level performance from this chip. We struggle to find apps that challenge this device. Even editing 4K video in DaVinci Resolve runs smoothly, and heavy mobile games like Fortnite hit their max refresh rate easily. Synthetic benchmarks like Geekbench and 3DMark measure theoretical performance, even if apps can't leverage all the performance that the new iPad is wielding. In Geekbench CPU single core, the iPad Pro is 30% faster than the OnePlus Pad 3, which is the fastest Android tablet. 3DMark's Wildlife Extreme tests how well the tablet can handle heavy 3D scenes, like when gaming or rendering. Here, the iPad Pro M5 is 25% faster than its predecessor. It's also 70% faster than the OnePlus Pad 3. Frankly, these results are incredible. Gaming is the clear strength of the new iPad Pro. Fortnite is the most demanding mobile game in our test suite, but the M5-powered iPad Pro has more than enough power for it. At maxed out settings, the frame rate is capped at 60 FPS, but if you drop the quality preset to low, you can select a 120 FPS option. The iPad manages to hit the FPS limit with both presets, and honestly, we've never had a better Fortnite experience on a tablet before. There's almost no stuttering or frame spikes, which is rare, and the graphics look really nice. Wuthering Waves is another demanding title that's limited by the game engine a bit. The frame rate tops out at 60, which even at max settings, the iPad doesn't struggle at all with. Other demanding games like Genshin Impact and Zenless Zero run just as smoothly. Assassin's Creed Mirage is an iPad port of the older but very demanding title. This game is also no challenge for the new M5 iPad Pro. At high graphics settings, there are rarely any freezes and lag spikes, and the game looks superb. The iPad Pro has one of the best displays on any tablet, although Samsung Galaxy Tab S11 series comes very close too. This year's Pro has the same bright Tandem OLED display with a 1668 by 2420p resolution. It's got Apple's ProMotion technology, which means that animations and games run super smooth at a 120Hz refresh rate. We do wish the bezels were just a bit smaller though. Also, the almost square 3x4 aspect ratio might be frustrating since most video content will leave black bars at both sides of the display in full screen. But that aspect ratio is better for working. Watching Netflix, YouTube or playing games really benefit from this excellent display. Dark scenes really come to life thanks to the great OLED contrast and 1600 nits peak brightness. There's also a less reflective nano texture display option that you can pay extra for, but it's only available for models with 1TB or more storage, so it's quite expensive. We compared the iPad with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S11 side by side. Even though the displays are equally bright on paper, the iPad Pro is a bit brighter in reality and has more natural colors. For professional work, if you're editing photos or videos, the iPad is the much better choice. By the way, the 13-inch iPad Pro has the same screen with the same features, it's just bigger. We are very impressed with the iPad Pro's 4 stereo speakers. These sound super clear and have a balanced tuning. Compared side by side with Samsung's Tab S11, the iPad sounds a bit more detailed and less distorted in music playback. But the S11 gets a bit louder than the iPad, so both have their strengths. In our standardized YouTube HD video streaming battery test, the iPad Pro manages 12 hours and 51 minutes of continuous video playback before running out of charge. That's an excellent score and even beats the new Samsung Galaxy Tab S11 by 6 minutes. The battery life feels a bit worse in reality though. We can't reliably get 2 full days of use out of the iPad and often find us looking for a charger. But ultimately, the battery life is still good for a tablet. The thing is just that you can do much more with this tablet than with a $200 Android tablet, for example. Apple's iPad designs have evolved a little in the past few years. This time around, it's basically the same package as usual. This is the 11-inch model, and you're getting a full aluminum body. Oh yeah, there's no SIM slot, by the way. With the 5G version which we have, you've got to use an eSIM. And there's no microSD card slot either, as is common with Apple. The power button and volume control buttons are on the top left corner, and to the right there's a magnetic strip that the Apple Pencil attaches to if you have one. On the left-right side you will find 4 stereo speaker cutouts. The Thunderbolt 3 certified USB-C port sits on the right side, and of course it supports video out. Since it's Thunderbolt 3, that means that it gets 40 gigabits of data transfer speed, which is double that of any Android flagship right now. Apple doesn't specify the charging speed of this port, but they claim that the iPad Pro charges from 0 to 50% in half an hour, which seems to be accurate in our testing. So the design is new, but that's not a bad thing, it's a great design. The selfie camera and Face ID 3D scanner sit in the top display bezel. And Apple's Face ID is basically the most secure and quickest face unlock option on any tablet. Well, actually not counting Windows tablets, they're also pretty good sometimes. And that's a big advantage over Android. Even the best Samsung tablets use slower and less convenient optical fingerprint readers, and their face unlock isn't secure enough for high security apps like banking. This is something that the iPad Pro does much better. Apple could have really improved the quality of the cameras though. The front 12 megapixel camera has a very wide center stage viewing angle, but that means that selfies lose a bit of detail compared to a 12 megapixel normal camera. Only Full HD video is supported on the front camera, by the way. The rear camera fares a bit better. It's also 12 megapixel but has the standard wide angle autofocus and can record video up to 4K 60 FPS. It's great for scanning PDFs and also taking some videos. The video quality is surprisingly good. This tablet ships with iPadOS 26 with its new fancy liquid glass effects. While not everyone is a big fan of the design style, there's another far more important upgrade, the macOS-style multitasking features. For us, the highlights are the drag-down menu bar in every app for fine controls and settings, the traffic light icons for full screen minimizing and closing apps, and of course the superior split screen features. The multitasking is great now, and the iPad actually kind of feels like a desktop now. You can also arrange folding windows on the split screen just by tossing them into a corner of your display. It's great and made even better when you're actually using a keyboard and mouse. Compared to an Android desktop mode like Samsung DeX, we actually prefer the new iPadOS for serious work. You can navigate Safari in desktop mode just like Chrome on Samsung DeX, but the consistency of iPadOS and the lack of bugs when using external displays is much better. We do wish you could play multiple audio tracks at once without one pausing. Software support is also not an issue with Apple products. There's no official update policy from Apple, but iPads generally get 7 years of software support, if not even much longer, and that's usually much better than most Android tablets. The iPad Pro supports both the Apple Pencil USB-C and the Pencil Pro. While the Pencil USB-C is a simpler pen without pressure sensitivity, the Pencil Pro has all the advanced features you can think of. It's still the best tablet stylus out there, especially if you're serious about digital art. It's accurate, the pressure and tilt detection are flawless, and the inbuilt gyroscope is a big advantage compared to Android tablets. Thanks to the gyroscope, the iPad can detect if you rotate the pen. The Apple Pencil Pro also has the squeeze feature where you can access a toolbar or quickly switch your brush depending on the application. iPads also support some of the best note-taking, drawing and photo editing software. Affinity Photo and Procreate are exclusively on iPad, for example. The Magic Keyboard is basically a mini MacBook keyboard with a tiny haptic trackpad that Apple charges $300 for. And we hate to say it, but you kind of get what you pay for here. The keyboard and the touchpad are excellent. The only major downside is that you can't adjust the display beyond a 45-degree angle, and the floating design makes it hard to use on your lap, since the center of balance is on the very back. Still, we think it's worth buying the keyboard cover if you need a keyboard. Apple's iPad Pro M5 is without a doubt the best designing, gaming and work tablet money can buy. The performance is incredible, the display and speakers couldn't be much better, and Apple's tablet accessories are excellent. although they're also very expensive. Cheaper alternatives like the iPad Air and OnePlus Pad 3 might be good enough if you only need the Apple Pencil Pro or great gaming performance, and Samsung's S11 and S11 Ultra are better for watching movies or shows. But all of those tablets have one weakness or another, and if you can justify spending more than $1,000 on a tablet, the iPad Pro is our top recommendation. If you're thinking about getting the iPad Pro, you have to watch our perfect iPad desk setup video. I've replaced my Windows laptop with the iPad and I'm using it as my main computer now. I have built a workstation setup with the iPad as a center, and it's a lot of fun. You should check out that video.